for damn sure.
You know what's funny is nobody saw it. Nobody saw it because
running.
I forgot to hit go live. So, hey, guess what? We're doing it again. We're doing it again.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
They did it again.
It is a lot of fun here in the Sportsocracy.
Yeah.
Wow. Live draft coverage from Detroit, Michigan. All right, so we did that. We did the Open. And
Where
then
the hell is that music coming from?
He did not hit the button.
Why'd you mute your computer before I have a fucking aneurysm over here? How about that?
He did not hit the button. We went through the entire Open. It was a great, nice, jovial Open. And then he said, I didn't hit the button. And then immediately just went, fuck it, we're just going to do it right now. So, sorry, you caught me like mid-laugh there.
Do you want to keep screwing with me? You want to keep screwing with me? Is that what you want to do?
It is a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, because guess what? I have the control now.
Boy.
And you know what that means? We're doing it again.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
It is the Sportsocracy, and we are look at that, the crescendo and everything. That was awesome. That was a great take.
There you go.
That was a great take.
And now the video didn't go with it, so
yes.
It's.
I mean, it'll be all right. It's it'll be just fine. Look, it's theater of the mind, right? Welcome.
Adam
into
Black
our
said
lecture.
the weed in the D must be really strong.
It is.
Well, I haven't
It
had
is
any
very
of it.
good.
Tank had some during the show earlier.
In here, I got some right here. It's all legal. It's not. There ain't no crimes happening here. Where's it? I mean, are you afraid that Kathy's gonna be watching?
No.
Okay. How about Nancy? She gonna be watching?
It shocks me.
I just said that because I keep calling your mom Nancy. And
That's because that's her sister's
right,
name.
Exactly.
It freaks me out how many of my family members' names you can remember off the top of your head.
Yeah. Where did that go? Where did the?
Weird. Polly Pothead over here can't keep track of his weed stash.
No, I was looking at. All right. So yeah, I mean these are quite nice, and they were free. I mean, I didn't know you could get free.
Yeah. Free weed in the D.
Free illicits, but these aren't illicits.
Now, if you had told me that there would be free weed and the D, I would have said Tank Spencer found a way and cried throughout the entire thing. That's a way to end my day.
Oh, that's right.
That's
I
how
forgot Jeremy gets sleep.
Yeah, Jeremy goes immediately night.
Yeah.
And we got shit to do. We got mock drafts to do.
We do. We got a lot of stuff to do. So here's the thing. So earlier in the show, during the radio show, it was said maybe we'll just turn it on to stream of consciousness. Y'all can see what's happening here in the apartment.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're gonna do. We got 7-round mock drafts to do for each and every team. So here's the thing. We're just kind of letting you guys in on the recording process of that.
Yeah, you pick what team you want to do. I got the mock draft simulator fired up right here.
Right.
Let me switch that over on the tube. Yeah, we'll fire that bad boy up and see how shit goes.
Yeah, so this is just an open session.
I mean, we got 32 teams to do, so
Yeah.
what order we do them in does not particularly matter.
Right. So if you want to see the 7-round mock draft for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for say, just throw that out in the chat, and we can all get into it.
Gage Camplin said that you being a stoner doesn't surprise him in the least.
It shouldn't.
He's also a great ambassador of Canada, which I'm actually looking at right now. That still flips me out. I've traveled all over this country. I don't think I've ever gone Sarah Palin, and I can see another country from my house.
Well, I mean, unless you're in Texas or California, you don't really have another opportunity for that.
All right, so the Ocho asked, how is Detroit?
It's awesome.
I think it's sweet. The food's been great.
Yeah.
We had a hot dog that changed Tank's life earlier.
Oh, my gosh. Now, all right, so the national – did you put that reel out? So have they seen the reel yet?
No.
Okay, sorry. So there will be a reel coming out of my experience with the National Coney Island restaurant.
It was good as hell. The only problem is that Tank had to go get it from downstairs with a Uber driver that was not real bright.
Yeah, no.
He came back here telling the story of she sat in her car for 4 minutes going, I have a delivery. And Tank went, it's for me. And that was her response.
Just sat there behind the wheel of the car, just kind of staring into nothing. And I'm like waving at her, going, hey, that's for me. And I mean, we're literally 25 feet away from each other. And she's ignoring my existence for like 3 minutes. And then all of a sudden she rolls down the window and goes, I have a delivery.
Well, you know why?
Yeah.
You know why she did that?
I pulled out the Jeremy. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeremy Greene. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. And so, yeah, anyways, it was quite the experience. But then.
You know why? She got her free THC gummies, and she probably ate all 4 of them.
She did.
So they're like, I ate your first one.
She ate all 200 milligrams at the same time.
They were. It was a tasty hot dog though. Now I was also starving. So
it was the dog itself. The snap.
It did have a hell of a snap.
Oh God, it's just beautiful.
It was wonderful.
And they do deliver. So I've already decided
we'll be
getting a shipment of those into the Asheville.
Oh, I thought you meant they delivered it to us here.
No.
We have yet to eat food in this city that we didn't eat in the room we're sitting in.
We should remedy that tonight.
I don't know that we should.
Really?
I don't know.
Really?
I mean,
people?
No, it's not that I don't like people. It's just I know how aggressive the next 2 days are going to be. Mm-hmm. And then we have to fly out. All right, so our itinerary Friday, we have to be at Radio Row at 11 o'clock. We won't leave until 1 a.m. Then we have to drive. We're hoping to meet Austin Groves at some point Friday night before we get fully out of here. Then we have to drive back to the airport. We have to be on a plane at 4:45 and hope to God we can sleep for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Switch planes in Atlanta. Take the little – by the way, why didn't we just drive from Atlanta? There was a reason for that. I don't know what the hell it was.
What do you mean?
Why did we not just rent a car and drive from Atlanta to Greenville? Because we land there at like 6:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. We could have been back to Asheville by 8.
I ain't that close to Atlanta.
It's an hour and a half from Greenville, 2.5 hours. All right, so 9.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're doing it this way. It's already booked, and frankly, I'm too tired to.
That's right. No,
lazy to
I
change
have not seen any rap battles happen. We're not going to 8 Mile. That's where you go to die.
Yeah, I mean, and frankly, I sell Tank for a pack of menthol cigarettes.
We're going to get close enough. He's going to drag me to that damn Mom's Spaghetti place at some point, and that's
no doubt that's
close enough to 8 Mile.
Have a sketty sandwich. That'd be awesome.
All right, so let's see here. We have been requested.
Philadelphia was first.
Birds.
Yep.
Birds.
So here's how this will work, and you're going to see behind the old curtain of recording these things. So we're going to record it. We'll have to play the open again.
Mm-hmm. For every one of them.
For every single one of them. That open's going to get real tiresome. Then we'll stop each one. We'll bullshit for a few minutes, and then we'll do another one.
Yep.
And we'll just keep doing this until either the weed kicks in on Tank or I drink all the beers in the fridge, and I'll go ahead and tell you which one I think it's going to be first.
Till it kicks in?
It hadn't fully kicked in yet. Trust me, I saw you earlier just going full shaboopy.
Shaboopy? What was shaboopy? What are you talking about?
Staring at your hand like
that's my eyeballs. My eyes suck. We found that out. I went to the optometrist, so I got to get bifocals because I'm old as shit.
And now is the time that I'm going to say something that if you've never noticed it as the listeners of this show, Tank with bifocals will look like Benjamin Franklin. And I can't wait for it.
It's not like the little bifocal. It's like actual glasses, and they just
Can you get the ones that sit down on your nose like Benjamin Franklin? maybe we'll let you grow out that wispy hair as you look.
Oh, I could pull that off.
No doubt.
I could pull that off.
You would look like Benjamin Franklin with a douche goatee. I wish I was as thin as your goatee is.
You son of a bitch.
I am a son of a bitch.
All right, first up, Philadelphia Eagles.
We got to play the intro.
Go silent. Go silent.
All right, here we go.
The intro.
The Sportsocracy.
Fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it, babe!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They aren't sure, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
Oh,
shoot. You screwed it up again.
I don't know why that keeps doing that, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're live at the NFL Draft, Radio Row, here in Detroit, Michigan. We're doing 7-round mock drafts. It's Draftmas Eve.
It is Draftmas Eve.
It's almost time for Drafty Claus to show up with all his gifts for the good boys and girls.
It is indeed, and it's time for the Philadelphia Eagles to get a look at, or fans to get a look at, what your team could look like after the 2024 NFL Draft. So Flostradamus Jeremy Greene's got his Eagle cap on here and is going to run through the 7-round mock draft.
We are. So there's been talk of Philadelphia possibly trading up, which I don't know how you feel about that. I don't necessarily. I mean, is there a player that you would trade up for with them? I mean, there is with me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go slow here in the –
feel like they're just going to be guys that they've done this. I think it's like 4 out of the last 5 drafts that Roseman has gone after someone. He's traded up for somebody.
Well, I mean, the one I would have traded up for – hold on.
What is the matter?
It just went nanners.
Oh, my God. See, this is the thing. These are the things when you do it live. Or when we're doing it in the studio, we can go take after take after take.
And we do. And we do.
Not generally.
I know.
Just sometimes you'll hit like this wall. You'll hit this technology wall. Like one thing will break, and then, oh, crap, I forgot to turn this off. And then, oh, crap. Like, it's just the nature of the beast. You do it until you get it right.
Well, the Jets taking Quinyon Mitchell was probably enough for me to go, well, that's stupid.
Well, and see, that's part of the problem that you run into with some of these mock drafts. The simulators and stuff, they go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can put it on your own rankings, and it'll still fuck it up. Like, it'll still try to take Troy Fautanu at 10 for the New York Jets.
Well, I mean, here Quinyon Mitchell went at 7. So, to the Tennessee Titans. How many corners do they need, bro?
Good Lord.
All right, screw it. We're not making a trade. If Quinyon Mitchell fell, then we would talk about a trade. But he doesn't.
All right, so we're not starting over.
No, well, I mean, we already did twice, and Quinyon Mitchell's gone in the top 10. I was going to get to, I don't know, Denver or the Raiders. The Raiders make a lot of sense because the Raiders would like to trade back and get Michael Penix. But I don't see it happening. In this one, they took McCarthy, which is it's fucking stupid. Every one of these simulators is dumb as hell. So, I mean, you get to the right players every time you get to a pick, but it's not necessarily realistic.
Well, if getting back to the Eagles here, for them to trade up to get somebody, if they're going to do it, I think they would shoot
Quinyon
Mitchell and go. I mean, at what point do you pull the trigger on that though? 13?
If Quinion, I'd probably go 12 to Denver because I genuinely feel like if Quinion Mitchell's who you want, I know the Raiders like him.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what you wanted to do, you would have to get in front of the Raiders. Because the Raiders would like to go Quinion Mitchell at 13, Michael Penix at the end of the first round. They'd love to sit it in the second round and get him, but they won't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it didn't materialize. For me, it's not that hard to figure out. I mean, the players I'm looking at on the board, I'm deciding between Nate Wiggins or Kool-Aid McKinstry. And for me, that's not exactly that's not a tough decision for me. Is it for you?
Right. No.
Yeah, it's Nate Wiggins.
Yeah.
And look, I got to see him up close and personal. I was at the Florida State game. He's good. Do I think there's ever going to be great in him? You're a Nate Wiggins apologist far more than I am.
An apologist? I don't know that I'm an apologist. It's just, I don't know. Again, he's a guy to me that doesn't really do much that's special. He's fine.
He's a good man cover corner.
Yeah.
And in Vic Fangio's defense, that's exactly what Fangio wants. So for me, it's pretty easy to say if this went this way, I'd take Nate Wiggins for Philadelphia in the first round.
All right.
So I'll lock that in. Now we go all the way down to 50 and 53. What positions are you looking for if you're Philadelphia?
Well, I think we need to. I think they need to add some on the offensive line. Do you not?
Not really.
Really?
Well, I mean, you had one of the best offensive lines in football. All you lost was Jason Kelsey, and you've got two guys that can slide over to center if you needed them to.
Yeah. I mean, is the second round too early to draft for depth?
God, yes.
Like really good
with
depth?
Philadelphia? God, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just looking at
linebacker?
I'm looking at Philadelphia going, I would a linebacker would be up there. Safety would be up there.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver would be up there. Because I'm looking at Devontae Parker going, that doesn't make me feel great. It doesn't make me feel great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll do this collectively. What position would you be looking to go here for Philadelphia?
I'm going to say I would go for a tackle.
Okay, your
Is
options
there one
at
on the
tackle. Let me look at what we've got.
Is there one that can?
Kyron Amagagi, and it's early for him at 53.
Okay.
Kingsley Suamatea, he won't be there.
He will not be there.
Patrick Paul, he probably
That'd
will
a
be
good
there.
one.
But, I mean, you're going to do that. He's a left tackle. You're going to do that with what, the intention of replacing Lane Johnson in a year?
Mm-hmm.
2 years?
Mm-hmm. He's my depth piece, my backup emergency guy. Should something happen to Mailata or Johnson, and he's the eventual replacement for Johnson.
I don't know.
They did this with Cam Jurgens. Right, a couple of years ago, they took Cam Jurgens, preparing for the exit of Jason Kelsey. Kelsey's gone. Guess who's there? Cam Jurgens.
And I get it.
He's come up in the system. Now he's taken over. They could do the same thing with a tackle. Or that's my thought process anyway.
I get it. I get where you're coming from. It's not really what I want to do. I'm just trying to see. I mean, my biggest need for the Eagles was a corner.
Mm-hmm.
We got one of those in the first round.
Yep.
My second biggest need for the Eagles was a linebacker. And based on what we have on the board here.
Peyton Wilson.
I mean, Edgerrin Cooper's still on board. That's probably where I'm going to go.
Could be a good one, yeah.
Is there than Cooper. Because I can't really imagine Pittsburgh taking two back-to-back.
I'm on the Paul side of this one because they also drafted Brandon Smith last year, so they've got more young linebacker depth. I don't know that they want to keep adding.
Oh, they signed Brandon Smith.
Did
Brandon
they?
Smith was drafted by the Panthers.
Excuse me.
All right, so you want to take Patrick Paul.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll take Patrick Paul at 50. Adrian Cooper fell, so we'll take him at 53. So that's what we've got through the first 2 days, basically. Now we've got 5 later round picks.
Video froze.
Of course it did. Why wouldn't it freeze?
Shoot.
Why does that keep happening?
I don't know.
This is the exact same equipment we have used
Forever.
for 400 years.
Maybe you should run the mock off your other computer.
I can't
Would that
do
cause
that.
it? I don't know.
And I can't do that because it's run into the software. That's how it's on the screen.
Oh, yeah. See?
I always laugh when Tank gives his ideas of how we should fix a video thing, and then he tells me shit like that. You should run it off a computer, but it's in the stream. How the hell would I do that?
I didn't know you were putting it on the screen.
Well, let's see if I
haven't
can
been
get the.
watching it either.
Oh, now we're back.
Hey, we're back. And we're back.
I wonder if that's what was knocking off the. It's bizarre.
What?
That's bizarre.
What was that? What was your problem?
Just that it keeps freezing our cameras. We've used these forever. It's never done that.
Oh, I thought you were identifying a source here. I thought you had found the source.
Nope.
Of whatever.
I have not. I have not done that.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh, Tay had a good point. The bottom ticker was still scrolling, but the cameras were frozen.
Interesting.
That doesn't make a lick of fucking sense.
Interesting.
That doesn't make a lick of sense. All right, so we've gotten to pick 120 here.
Okay.
We had Nate Wiggins early, Adrian Cooper, Patrick Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tavondre Sweat still on the board. Okay, just PFF. Can we talk for a minute? Like, I mean, I hate to go early 2000s slow jams here, but can we talk? Because that's fucking stupid. This idea that Tavondre Sweat's going to fall through the floor is absolutely preposterous to me.
No, it is to me as well. I don't get any hate on him.
They have him at 122.
How do you possibly think? I mean, unless you just think he's going to come in the league and completely eat himself out of house and home, right?
In fairness,
he's going to balloon and just not ever develop into anything. I don't see it.
Well, I mean, in fairness, I didn't have Tavondre Sweat in my top 100.
Did you not?
No. Did you
didn't
notice
even
we didn't talk about him
that.
today?
I did. I don't know when I was expected to hear his name, but how the hell does that happen?
Well, because he is in my top 100 players.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the top 100 I sent in because I'm not necessarily sure he goes in the top 100. Wow. He should.
Uh-huh.
But every person I talk to says he's going to fall. I just don't think it's this far. I mean, shit, we're at 120.
Yeah, no. I can't possibly see a world where that happens.
I don't either. God, there's a lot of running backs here.
Because I'm not in the know, I guess. It must be something serious. It must be, damn, that guy just every time he steps into a room, he goes straight to the fridge. Like,
well, I mean, he showed up at the Senior Bowl. He was gigantic.
yeah. I don't know if are there red flags? Are there character issues with him as well? Is just the whole package? It's not there?
I've never heard anything that would have talked me out of it.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
All right, so we're here at 120 for Philadelphia. I mean, we're looking receiver here, right? Because I feel like if you don't take one here, you're not going to get one.
Yes.
Unless you're in the dart throw times of later in this class. All right, you got Brendan Rice, Taj Washington, Jalen Coker, Marcus Rosemy, Saint, Bub Means.
Well, you know where I lean.
It's a little early, probably. It's not that early.
For Rosemy Saint?
I think I could get down with Rosemy Saint. Bigger bodied kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not super athletic, but damn, he was impressive in Mobile. You know what? I think we can universally agree on that one.
Not athletic?
Not as athletic as you would want him to be.
Okay, all right.
Because he's not huge. He's 6'2", 195.
No, but he sure can get after a ball. I mean, if it's within his reach, he's got a nose for it. I know he didn't put up massive numbers. You know, he didn't touch double-digit touchdowns and all of that, but dude's good. Dude's good.
I mean,
he is one of those guys that you can forget he's on the team for 2 games.
Well, I mean, the good thing is that I could do that for a couple years.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to be an
late,
immediate
yeah,
contributor.
absolutely. Okay.
I think we can agree on Marcus Roseby.
Let's
Jack
go.
Saint. All right. Taking him at 120, then we go down to 161. We have 171, 172, 210.
Okay.
All right. You talk for a minute. I'm going to pull up Philadelphia's list of guys that they've had in the building to see if there's anybody specifically I want to talk about.
Okay. So far.
And let's see, we're at 14 minutes of this one. So I would say we might be done with all 32 teams by the time the draft starts.
Yeah, by Draftmas. Absolute Draftmas. Andreas says the PFF draft simulator is pure stupidity. Yes, it is. I agree with you.
Matt Penn asked if we tried to put the cameras in Rice.
But
That's funny.
But they all are. I don't. The mock draft simulators, I don't understand the algorithms, I guess.
Well,
I don't know what you factor in. I don't know how you come to what you're doing,
Well, I mean, you want me to tell you one thing that really scatters you on that? A lot of what you know of later round prospects comes from me.
Yeah.
So if you get a guy that falls way too far because I've talked about him forever, that's really going to jump out at you.
I mean, it's not just that. I mean, you go in, okay, so I'm going to go to walk the mock. I'm on the thing. I'm going to pull one up.
Walk the mocks. It looks really pretty, but it smokes crack sometimes.
I mean, but here's the thing. They all do. Because I don't think none of them are perfect.
No.
By any stretch. But there shouldn't ever be one where the number 1 pick in the draft that I just ran, the number 1 pick of the Chicago Bears is going to be who?
That's Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. The fucking draft simulator takes Roma Dunze at 1.
Yeah, those are the ones that irritate me.
Right. Like, no, now if I want something even kind of close, I've been trying to do that I'm trying to square myself up.
Yeah, you don't
working.
sit still, and it really irks the fuck out of me.
It's because I can't, because I have to keep leaning in to look at my things.
Well, Benjamin Franklin, get your damn glasses so we can.
I'm trying to.
Oh, there's a player on the board here. I don't know if they've talked to him at all. If they have, that's instantaneously who I'm taking. Probably who I'm taking anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Philadelphia Eagles, I've forgotten even where we're at here. 120-something?
No, 120 is the last pick. We're at 161. I'll put it up on the board. I mean, I feel like Zach Zenter's still on the board. That's the call. That's the call.
Yes.
They had him in for a top 30 visit, too. So, I mean, that feels like not only is it the best player on the board, but it's a player that they would look at, too. Mm-hmm. So that gets me a depth piece at guard. I can totally redshirt him for a year, and it's totally fine.
And now they're doing now they're doing the same thing on the offensive line that they do on the defensive line.
Yes.
I'm going to rotate in draft pick after draft pick, and we're going to find a solution that works for everybody. I got to keep my team young because it's getting expensive.
That cost me Javonte John Baptiste, which sucks, but that's nothing to do about it. Mm-hmm. He was too good for me to not take right there. In terms of other top 30 visits that Philadelphia's done, I don't think there's many that are going to still be on the board, but there is one. I mean, we've already taken a linebacker, but they had Trayvon Wallace in for a top 30 visit. Mm-hmm. I feel like I have to take him. I mean, he's super athletic. I mean, if for nothing else, he's a special teams guy for a couple years.
Yeah.
And you take a couple swings at this and hope that you get it right.
Mm-hmm. Or you keep building on the offensive line and get you another center to back up Cam Jurgens.
I don't need another center.
Okay.
I've already got Landon Dickerson. I've already got Cam Jurgens. I mean, yes, I know they're my starting 2 guards, but I mean, shit, I've got Tyler Steen too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Trayvon
too?
Wallace. No, Steen's the other guard. But what I'm saying is that I can move either of the other two over to center and be fine.
Right. Okay.
So I'll take Trevin Wallace right here. That's the last player that they had in for a top 30 that makes any form of sense.
Okay.
Is there another position that you think we should look at here before? Because we got 2 late-round picks left.
I'm taking a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Taking
I would kind of like to take another corner.
all the offensive line depth you could want. Yeah.
I think another
with you.
corner.
Add to the secondary.
I mean, if I don't think it's stupid enough to have Jerry and Jones here, but it might be. No, he's already gone. All right, the ones we've got are Kalen King, Nehemiah Pritchett, Elijah Jones, Josh Newton.
None really rings a bell.
I mean, Nehemiah Pritchett's the one that
I could usually, out of a group of guys, go, ooh, that one sounds, kind of fits the Philadelphia Eagles. Does Pritchett fit with them?
Well, I mean, the problem with him is he's thin as hell. I mean, he's a $184. So he's a developmental piece, but you're taking guys this late. Look, we've already told you this. Once we get to this point of the draft, it's going to be, holy shit, it's hold your nose time. So, are you okay with me taking Nehemiah Pritchett here?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll get down to 210. That'll be our last pick here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's pull us back up on the screen. I forgot to do that, so you're staring at the PFF simulator. Oh, boy. I mean, I would not be averse to taking full-life, real-life truther Tip Raymond. I mean, he and I are two of the ones that know the real business, that birds aren't real.
Mm-hmm. That looks like a good pick to me.
Let's see. We've got – we could take Torrey Taylor, the best punter in the draft. Who is the Eagles punter at this point?
Oh, gosh.
I'm not going to lie to you. I do not pay attention to punters in the least.
Braden Mann.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He was a Jet.
Yes, he was.
He was horror-awful. I think they just re-signed him, though. All right. You good with Tip Raymond?
Yep.
Let me put his info up on the screen, see if there's – oh, I'm pissed at PFF. When I see Sycamore tomorrow, I'm going to be like, did you really not find a way to put birds aren't real in his fucking draft profile, really? I actually like Tip Raymond, too.
He didn't want to be controversial.
Tip actually can block, which is very rare for any tight end nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
He's a legit, I would say, long-term 2. I mean, you just signed C.J. Uzomah. He can be Uzomah replacement in a year. I don't see any problem with it.
Nope.
Let's see what PFF thought of our little mock
Oh, will they
draft here.
grade it too?
Oh, hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we took a couple guys out of line. Oh, they gave you an F for Patrick Paul, so thanks for fucking the grade up there. I mean, you improved the curve for me.
Wow. Look at that.
The 2 picks that you gave were Patrick Paul and Marcus Rosemy-Jack Saint.
Yes.
One got an F, the other got a D+.
Let's go.
I like how
That's
you
still
screwed
passing.
the curve up for me.
Still passing.
It's still passing. You got an F and a D+. And, oh, yeah, we didn't fail.
That's right. Average, D-.
Draft rank top 89% for Philadelphia Eagle mocks. I mean, Tank screwed the curve up, but, whether you like these picks, you hate these picks, you just want to call us 2 big dumb idiots, that's fine, and you can put in all your questions for tomorrow. We'll be live. Day 1 of the 2024 NFL Draft. We'll be there, Radio Row. We'll look much spiffier than we do right now, but we'll be right behind the stage. You can ask anything you want. We're bringing you to the NFL Draft. And it's right here in the Sportsocracy.
All right.
That only ran 22 minutes and 40 seconds.
That's
Let's
probably
go.
the longest 7-round mock draft I think we've ever done.
Okay, let's see. Let me do math here. So if every one of them is that long, we will go until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yes, that one's going to need some heavy petting to put that one out on a.
Some heavy padding.
Yeah, you have to touch that baby up a lot.
What do you mean touch it up?
Like edit it.
I'm not going to edit it at
You're
all.
not. You're
Hell
just
no.
gonna throw it right out.
Why
All
the
right,
hell
let's
do you
go.
think we're doing this
Let's
this
do
way?
it. Yeah. All right. Let's go.
That was the whole purpose of doing it this way.
Mm-hmm. You ain't even gonna like cut out the little breakdowns and the system going down and all that. Please, Stephen Westbrooks. All right.
Was that the next one?
For those of you who are just joining us.
We froze again.
Oh, Jesus.
I do not know why this keeps happening.
I don't either, and it's pissing me off.
But nothing else freezes but the cameras.
Which is crazy.
Here's a thought.
Apparently they don't
I got
like
a thought.
They don't like it. Yep.
I got a thought.
All right, let's do the thoughts.
Let's try. Let's just.
He's gonna do the thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Getting in there?
Get in there real deep.
He's moving wires. He's getting clamped. He's getting wired.
Get in there real deep, like.
Oh, The Green Mile. That was a great movie.
I don't know what to do with what you just did there.
What? That was the thing when have you never seen that movie? Tom Hanks and Michael
yes.
Clark Duncan.
I saw part of it.
Oh man, that's such a classic movie.
I got tired of it and turned it off.
It is a long movie. I will give you that.
Yeah, look, you start going that long. Oh shit, what I do here? We're trying to figure out why the cams keep stopping. I've only got one thought.
He's changing power sources here to see if they. Now, are you impressed? I knew what you were doing.
Well, I mean, I unplugged it. So did you think I was jerking it off?
No, you were talking about doing weird stuff earlier, and I don't like it. It's making it weird.
Are you impressed that I knew you were changing the power source? Well, you just watched me unplug it. What the hell else would I be doing? Are you in the place that you're going to stay?
Yes.
Go that way just a bit.
This way? I can't lean like this. It makes it difficult.
You see what I deal with?
Oh, Jesus.
There you go. I don't ask much. Really,
you don't ask much. I just ask you to be almost full arm's length away from your computer and kind of off to the side where it makes it real hard for your blind ass to see it.
Well, I mean, you
and
do
then
also
fuck you
have
for
the
continuing to move, because fuck you for wanting to be close to your computer so you can fucking read the screen. Sorry. Yeah, this is exactly what it's like in our studio when the cameras are off.
No doubt. No doubt, yeah. You wanted a first-hand look into what this looks like? Bam, there it is.
You got it. You got it.
Andreas Pinckney said our cameras have a contact high from Tank's trip to the dispensary.
Maybe. Some good stuff. It is some good stuff. I'm liking Detroit so far. Bomb-ass pizza, great hot dogs, and free weed. Let's go.
It's true. Matt Penn asked why you have a Japanese lantern on a rack.
You can see it in the reflection of the television.
Yeah.
So I want to lean this kind of over so y'all can see the dangly.
Yeah, we're in a room where it was
the dangly lantern light that was in here.
Yeah,
this is the only light in here, and it's got to be super close because it's dim as
it's
fuck.
dark as fuck in here. We got here. All right, so look, I'm going to totally throw myself under the bus here. I am the accommodation master. All right, I used to travel for a living, so I can find the most bomb-ass hotel rooms, and it worked great in Mobile. It worked great in Indianapolis. This place is actually pretty sweet, especially when you figure out we paid $37 a night for it, which don't know if you know how things
Cheap
like this
Tank
work.
Is, but
well,
he likes it.
That's true.
He approves.
Yeah, this is. I don't know if you know how per diems work, but however much money you don't spend on the accommodations is how many you can spend on food and boozes. So I found this place. It was right in the middle of it because we're, 0.6 of a mile from the location?
Yeah.
Everything else was in Dearborn, which is 15 minutes from here.
Yep.
But we don't have any lights. It's rather dim in here.
I'm going to risk electrocution by bringing this
If you
up.
break that light,
I'm
and
not
I feel
gonna
very
break
sure
it.
you're going
I'm
to.
not going to break it. So I actually had to take one of the lights off the wall in Jeremy's bedroom to put it onto the table so that we'd have some extra light in here. And yeah, none of the light fixtures are actually in the walls.
Yeah. I mean, look, it sounds like Jekyll asked for $37 a night. You're lucky it didn't come with hookers and pipes.
Damn right.
You're not wrong. Okay.
It is
Andreas Pickney, what are you, a
secure.
cop? You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. So anyway, it's been a great trip so far.
No doubt. I mean, but in terms of all the other things, we're doing the best we can do.
Yep.
Now, why the cams keep freezing, which was also knocking us. All right, so we don't have any radio now. That must have been knocking us off too. Just don't understand why.
Don't know. I don't know what the connection would be.
I don't either.
But you know what I do know?
No clue.
You know what I do know?
That you have to pee?
No. I do not have to pee. I do know that we need to do the 7-round mock draft for the Detroit Lions.
Was that the next team?
That is the next team for Steven Westbrooks.
Okay. All right, let me reset the decks here.
So we go into our handy-dandy draft room.
Well, I mean, we got to replay the open and all that.
Well, yeah, and that's how we go. So I think I was setting that up as we went down that last little rabbit hole of, if you're just joining us, we're doing this as a just live stream of consciousness, glean behind the. I don't know what I was going to say right there.
I don't either, but I'll tell you right now, you're going to be sleeping in that kind.
Now.
You find your friend that smokes weed down the hall. Somebody on our hall.
Somebody down the hallway smokes, and it makes the hallway smell just so lovely.
Like shit. It makes it smell like shit.
It's so good. It's so good. And I just want to be friends. I just want to go knock on every door on this hallway and just be like, hey, are you smoking? They won't let me smoke in this apartment. Can I smoke in yours?
Are you smoking marijuanas? Because it smells like you are.
I got to go outside, and we don't have the key to make the door work. So I have to, bang on the door every time I want to get back in after I got to go outside for a smoke.
Well, I mean, we have a key. We have a key. It's a digital key.
Yeah, where is that?
On the door.
Not on the sliding glass door to get back in to the lobby.
Oh, no.
I got to bang on the door and wait for somebody to come and open it because there's no key fob for the rental that we have.
When you make it when you say it like that, it makes it sound like this is a janky place.
Well, I mean, look, I've only tried to get through the security gate 17 times and cannot do it. It won't open. And Jeremy went, well, you're a fucking retard, and I will show you how to do it. And then he couldn't do it either. So
I had the nice girl at the desk let me in. She liked my accent.
Yeah. I don't know.
She said I talked funny.
She's
right.
$37 a night.
You know what you can get for $37 a night?
Place to stay in Detroit.
Well, yeah. I was trying to do math in my head.
For what?
Let's see. What could you get for $37? You can get a blowjibbers from a woman that's the 3-teether that she has for what she deducted off 40.
The next time one of you has a question of, hey, Jeremy, where are those 3-round mock drafts? Remember this episode right here. This is exactly how it goes every day. We get one done and then go down 7 rabbit holes trying to get into the next one. And then, oh shit, it's showtime. All right, we'll have to do these after the show.
Well, look, we're streamlining the process. I'm going home to play with myself, and you will have to zoom in to get me, you dick.
What does It's your obsession. You're obsessed with touching yourself today.
Yeah,
Stop it.
I'm not. You're just high and have heard it twice.
No, I've heard it.
Austin
Quite
Grove
a few
said
times.
one stoner, one not stoner. Exactly.
Oh, God. Oh, it is. You have to be. You have to be to put up with the nonsense.
He's not wrong. But he also said it was my fault
Right.
that we couldn't
Every
ever get
person-
anything done. So, you know what I say to that, bitch? I have control of the microphones. So, shut mouth. I muted myself at the same time. Shut the fuck up. How about that?
The Sportsocracy.
Fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Take it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
And welcome into the 7-round mock draft for the Detroit Lions. We are actually live in Detroit right now, the day after the day of, I guess, the Monroe St. Brown extension, the Penei Sewell extension, and the day before, one of the biggest days in modern Detroit sports history, as the NFL draft is here in Detroit, live from downtown Detroit. Time for the 7-round mock draft. Flostradamus, Jeremy Greene, the Detroit Lions. They have the 29th pick in the first round.
Correct. On the screen, we'll throw up the old mock draft simulator from PFF. Darius Robinson's still on the board. We'll get killed for doing that, but
And we don't care. We talked about this earlier today. They do not care. They took Jack Campbell out of line. They took Jameer Gibbs out of line. Excuse me. They don't care.
so you're in favor of taking
Apparently,
Darius
they've been
Robinson.
telling everybody in the business that they are in love with Darius Robinson.
Which makes me think that they're not, but they did this last year, and they took all the players that I told you they were going to take.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it does feel like Darius Robinson is I mean, look, he fits what they do.
And this could, I mean, this is even the GM or the scouting department or whoever. I mean, this could be them just saying, if you don't believe us, take him.
So that's where you want to go, is Darius Robinson.
I'd say Darius Robinson. So many, it's like you always say, so many people are saying it. How can you ignore?
Well, I mean, especially with this team who's proven that just because you hear it a lot doesn't mean it's smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, they did this last year. Jameer Gibbs, I told you that was a player they were after. Jack Campbell, I think he was in every mock I did.
Yep.
Brian Branch, same thing. Sam Laporta, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they put it out there. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's totally up to you. I can't wait for the year that they put all this shit out there and then just go, hey, all those guys we told you were going to take,
We didn't take
we
it
hate
down.
them all. They're all fucking morons. Go enjoy it. That one doesn't even know how to tie his shoes.
I mean, what else is in the discussion at that pick?
I would have considered the corners, but, I mean, you know how I feel about Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not one that I would have been jumping up and down for. I feel like it would be easier to get Darius Robinson right there, who can play any spot on the defensive line, basically.
Yep.
And take him there and then just solve the corner thing later.
Mm-hmm. I believe that's
But you add that to Penei Sewell, locking him up long-term, locking up Monroe St. Brown, and the fact you got the draft here, I think that has made for that's a pretty lovely couple of days here in the D.
Yes.
All right, second round, what position are you looking for?
Oh, how about a corner?
A corner?
Yeah.
The ones they've had in the building, and I'll go ahead and tell you, there's one specifically that I'm thinking about. They've had Andrew Phillips from Kentucky, Nehemiah Pritchett, Enos Rakestraw, Kool-Aid, who we bypassed in the first round, Kalen Carson, which is too high for him, and Terrion Arnold, who's already gone. So let me look in the software here and see if TJ Tampa is still on the board, by the way. which it's going to be hard for me to bypass him.
I was going to say that seems like a value.
It's
Late
about
in the
where he
second
belongs. I mean, it's Andrew Phillips or it's TJ Tampa. Andrew Phillips is the one that fits what they do better because he's so damn physical.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the route I want to go.
Maybe he should be the one.
I think that's the route I want to go.
Let's go.
They've had him in the building. That's a nice tiebreaker. We take Andrew Phillips. 6 foot, 190, super hyper physical, coming out of Kentucky. I think he's a little more raw than you would want. He played heavy press man at Kentucky. I think Aaron Glenn would do wonders with him. And them having him in for the top 30 visits enough for me. We go down to 73. They've had a lot of defensive tackles in. They've had a lot of, just looking at the defensive tackles, offensive linemen, wide receivers. Mm-hmm. Wide receivers probably where I would be looking to go here, depending. Because we don't have one of those. You've still got Junior Colson on the board if you wanted to go
linebacker.
If you wanted to go linebacker.
They're kind of set at linebacker, aren't they? Between Alex Anzalone and
Jack Campbell.
Drafted. Yeah, Jack Campbell. I think I'm kind of set at linebacker. Is there a defensive end?
Well, you've already taken one of those. That was Darius Robinson. I mean, you could go defensive. You could go after a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Let's see. Best interior defensive lineman left is. You got Michael Hall, but he doesn't really fit the scheme. You got Tavondre Sweat. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like Tavondre Sweat's probably the right call. This team was really good against the run, though.
They were.
You're not, whoever it is. All right, so we pick a 73 right here. We don't pick again until 164.
I'm taking the best damn player on the board.
Are you looking to go wide receiver?
No, I'm saying Tavondre Sweat.
Well, you got Tez Walker on the board, too.
Yeah, but I'm after a tackle. I'm after a defensive tackle. I want somebody on that. I want a kneecap chewer. And that dude eats femurs. He didn't just eat kneecaps. He eats femurs.
I agree with you. I think it's a little high for where he's at right now.
Okay.
I mean, look, you know I love Tavondre Sweat. Mm-hmm. In my personal rankings, I have a second-round grade on him. So if that's where you want to go, I'm not going to talk you out of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the receiver you're going to get is not going to be Tez Walker level good.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Because I feel like that's a bigger need. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you not?
I'm running a simulation on my side just to see what would be there at the next pick.
I mean, look, of their biggest needs, defensive tackle, wide receiver are both top 5. Mm-hmm. Guard's the other one.
All right, the next wide receiver that would be available, at least in this simulation, would be Ryan Flournoy.
Yeah.
At the next pick. Anthony Gold.
Anthony Gold I'd be fine with. He's a really good slot guy out of Oregon State.
Taj Washington.
I'd be okay with Taj Washington, too.
Jaquan Jackson. Is that enough deep depth for you to take that dive? To go, I could have Tez Walker here.
Probably. Mm-hmm. You know what? Screw it.
Let's
just go Tavondre Sweat.
Yeah.
Let's just go Tavondre Sweat.
Got to be part of the
You know I love him, too, so.
Mm-hmm.
Flip this on the screen. I'll throw his stats and shit up there. I mean, look, Sweat's a gigantic human. You just have to worry about him eating his way out of the league.
Right.
That's the biggest knock on him. Because for a guy that size, he's a really good pass rusher. Usually guys at 366 can't play dead in the Western as a pass rusher. He can. Mm-hmm. So, you know what? I'm good with it. Take Tavondre Sweat. We'll see. I'm looking guard. I'm looking at wide receiver. We got 4 picks left. 3 of them are in the 200s.
Okay.
So we'll see exactly where that goes as we roll. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like we're going to do this a lot, but Zach Zinter is still on the board, and
yeah.
I mean, he's from Michigan.
Some guys are a no-brainer.
He's from Michigan. He's a guard, which would be the one thing they need. And I just think he is so damn good. I had a second-round grade on him before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at a team like Detroit. We're picking in the 160s. Okay. We'll figure out receiver. Hell, if I have to double up on receiver in the 200s, then we can do that.
Right. Now
there's also, like, deep divey guys in the 200s that I like a lot.
Now, when I said Anthony Gold's name, you kind of perked up a little bit. I don't know that that's a guy that we've really talked about.
He's a slot-only receiver out of Oregon State. I mean, he's a name you're going to hear on day 3. Some people really love him. I'm in like with him. Look, I just think this particular class is really slotty. So you get a lot of players that I think can play out of the slot. And so you're going to have some fall. And Gold would be one of those. But is there a possibility he turns into a productive, good receiver at the next level? Sure. My problem with Detroit is, well, I just gave a slot receiver the richest contract in the history of the NFL. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard for me. I would like a guy on the outside, even if it's a developmental piece, which is probably where I end up going here.
Okay. And then what's the 6th round?
Yes. I mean, if Sione Vaki's on the board, which with PFF, I damn near promise you he's not.
he will
they love Sione Vaki as much as I do. I'm going to look just to be sure. Nope. Although James Williams is still on the board, which is dumb. He's a super athletic linebacker. Okay, your choice is you got Zinter, so now we're really looking at wide receiver. Yeah. You know what? Let's take the local guy. Our Western Carolina player.
Okay.
Let's go David White Jr.
What kind of prospect is he?
He's a deep threat. I mean, look, he's 6'4", 200 pounds, and the best thing he does is beat you deep. Mm-hmm. The only problem is that he played at Western Carolina. So the level of competition that you're going to see is not great, and he was inconsistent at Western Carolina. But in Detroit, he would come in here, you're looking for somebody that can beat you over the top, and he can do that. So, I mean, for me, this is the kind of deep flyer I'm looking to take.
Right. Well, I mean, he's already coming in as the,
he's the 43rd
he's the
receiver.
8th option at best throughout his rookie contract.
I'm good with it.
Yeah. Take a depth piece that might bloom into something.
Let's see. I'm going to look back at their visits and see if there's anybody that's late. Oh, that would make sense. I don't think he would still be on the board. Pull up Walter Football, and they've got a really comprehensive list of the visitors.
Uh-huh.
Or the visits of players. I combined that into a word that's actually a word.
I've got it up here.
Oh, Justin Rogers is still on board. 205. Earlier we took T'Vondre Sweat. I can also take another big fucking house, that's when I saw Justin Rogers' name on their visit list, they had him as a top 30 visit because he honestly can't play dead in the Western, but he's a big ass dude. He can kind of hold up against the run, but he does virtually nothing against the pass. I'm not sure that I wouldn't like bringing those two in on the same team because they do the exact opposite of what the other one does.
Right.
So I can play Justin Rogers on very early downs. I can play Sweat on later downs, and the fact that neither one of them can play over 60% of snaps works for me. And that was a guy they were already interested in. Let's take Justin Rogers right here.
Yeah, you kill
flash
one stone with two birds. I like it.
I like anything that kills two birds. Anything that takes two government drones out of the sky is a win to me. Mm-hmm. All right, we got one pick here at 249.
Jeremy Greene.
I swear to God.
Would you accept it?
Oh, fuck yeah. It'd be like, dude, that'd be like Michael Cole getting named at the Royal Rumble.
Hell yeah.
Like I just ripped the suit off, and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go play for the Lions. And then I get to one training camp and go, boys, I think I got to go. This is really raining on my drinking time, and you boys look like you're going to try to hurt my feelings.
Yes. All right, so what is this, 7th round?
This is 7th round, 249 overall. There's a name that I do like.
Mm-hmm. Say
But it's a quarterback.
Say
Carter
it.
Bradley. I mean, look, I come out of the Wolf school of I take a quarterback every year.
Okay.
And when they burn out of the league in 15 minutes, which they're going to, because most of them aren't very good.
Right.
I haven't added a safety, but I don't really see one that's – I mean, the best safety left on the board is probably Damani Richardson out of Texas A&M. And to me, he's not even a priority undrafted free agent.
Really?
Never took a running back. You got Sam Hartman on the board.
Yeah, would you?
No.
Is Hendon Hooker doing anything? Is he going to be back and healthy?
He'll be the backup.
And all of the things, and
He'll be the backup, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly,
They wouldn't do that. I don't think they would draft a quarterback.
I don't necessarily think. I mean, they brought in Joe Milton.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is he still on the board?
No, but Devin Leary is. Devin Leary might be the right call. He started to get popular towards the end of the.
I don't know why.
Well, because the thought is that he's got the talent. He just wasn't coached well in Kentucky. That's not a good offense. Bring him in as the developmental 3, sits on the practice squad. Look, I've already told you this. When you get to this point of the draft, these dudes suck.
Yeah.
In this class specifically, these dudes are not NFL players.
Yes.
If you fuck around and accidentally find a guy that can be your best practice squad quarterback, you should be handling yourself. Because most of these dudes, the XFL is going to look at and go, nah, dog.
It's like at least 6 references today.
Hey,
okay.
yeah, by the way, yeah, did you hear that popping when you did that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe stop doing that.
Maybe it was my cord got.
Yeah, it was weird.
All right.
Polly Pothead got hung up in his cords.
Stop. Seventh
Who's
round.
surprised?
7-round mock draft for the Detroit Lions.
We're waiting on the grade. It really hates Darius Robinson, and it super hated Tavondre Sweat.
Did it?
Oh, that's a brutal grade from PFF. PFF gave us a C-. D+ on Darius Robinson, B+ on Andrew Phillips, F on Tavondre Sweat, A- on Zach Zenter, D- on David White Jr., D on Justin Rogers, C+ on Devin Leary. I don't agree with you, but my draft rank was top 95%, which means 5% of you are stupider than we are.
Rocking it in the 95th percentile.
Hey, then the comments tell us if you like it, if you hate it, if you completely disagree with PFF's assessment on this, and if you have any questions you'd like us to discuss tomorrow night, as we're live, day 1 right here in your city, the D. I'm going to do that every time we mention Detroit for 2 days.
Yes.
What national commentator do you think I can make the most uncomfortable by walking up to them and saying, "Welcome to the D"? How do you feel about the D? Look, every one of these media dudes is smaller than me. It's not like you're going to fucking fight me.
Oh, you were thinking dudes. I was thinking which one of the girls are you going to walk up and say that to?
Look, hashtag me too. We don't do that shit.
Because I feel like Kay Adams will whip your ass.
No doubt. No doubt. And I would be so intimidated by Kay Adams, I'd just go, Hi,
how are you?
But I would walk up to Mel Kiper and go, tremendous agility, incredible fitness, welcome to the D.
And he'll go, you're an idiot.
Somebody call security, get this big mulleted dipshit out of here immediately. Detroit Lions, 7-round mock draft.
There you go. All right. Then, thank you for the update here. Seven-round mock draft in the books.
Detroit Lions. Let's see. How long did that one take? That was 20. Oh, no, it wasn't. That one was 18 minutes, 37 seconds. Let's go.
I felt like I was close. I thought it was 17. David Bankston, Errant, thank you for the wrap up here. We got the Cardinals next. Cardinals, and then the Vikings, and then the Saints. After that, for Andreas Pinckney. So, 7-round mock draft. I do have to pee though.
And I got to check up on. So there's a lot in the chat. By the way, we did figure out what's wrong with the cameras.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, they haven't dropped out yet. Although I probably said that, and now they'll drop out immediately.
Where'd you plug mine into?
They're both over here. Holy shit! Put your headphones back on.
Sorry. What's the yeah? What do we have?
T. Higgins has officially requested a trade, and so has Trey Hendrickson.
Okay, I thought that was. Now the Trey Hendrickson thing is interesting. I thought the T. Higgins thing he had already.
He expects
requested.
he has, but
Okay.
and he expects to be there. Wow, that's a lot. And it's your best pass rusher and your second best receiver.
Yeah. I wonder what is the Hendrickson thing all about? Does he just wants more money?
Wants a longer term deal.
Okay. So it's just positioning.
With T. Higgins, look, it could happen in the draft. You could have a trade of T. Higgins tomorrow, and it wouldn't shock me in the least.
Mm-hmm.
But now if you add Trey Hendrickson to it, that starts to get more interesting.
What's T. Higgins fetch?
I thought Detroit would be all over it at 29. This place would come fucking unglued if they traded 29 for T. Higgins.
Yes. Yes, it would.
Especially you get another – you just add a pick with him. I mean, you are going to have to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I can't remember now who said it, but somebody once told us that they got to pay Amon-Ra, they got to pay Panay, and they got to pay Jared Goff. Well, 2 out of 3 have already happened.
Yep.
And they're like market-altering deals.
Mm-hmm. And I think they'll continue to keep Jared Goff around. 'Cause I'm not sure he's going to get the crazy money deal.
Garf?
Yeah. I mean, he's good and all, but there's a $50 million deal coming for him. You think?
Not really.
I feel like he stays around that 40 area, 42-ish. They win a Super Bowl even maybe 45-ish. But I can't see 50-plus for Jared Goff. Yeah, I don't.
That's interesting, though. Trey Hendrickson would add an element to this weekend. Now, he is a better question to me of what would he fetch.
I don't think it's an option.
Oh, he's only got 1 year left on the deal, so I think.
I mean, but they're for sure not going to pay him. Now, he's your best pass rusher.
Well, what it said in the story is he wants security that Cincinnati's not offering.
So he wants the 4-year
He wants
deal,
the
and
extension.
They're willing to give him maybe 2.
He wants the extension. Let me see. How long
At some point, you have to put money on the defensive side of the ball. Right?
He does. He's got a. He's on a 1-year deal. Has he signed a 4-year deal? Mm-hmm. Or no, he's got 2 years left. 24, 25.
What's he making?
Cap hit is 20.1 this year, 18.6 next year.
Okay.
I mean, he's 30. He'll be 30 next year.
So he wants a deal that'll carry him till he's 35. I feel like that's a deal you make. He's
To
good
sign
enough.
him?
Yeah, he's good enough. We give him market value.
I don't know that I do.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, look,
Is
you
he
got to pay.
dropping?
You got to pay Jamar Chase in a year. You're already paying Burrow $1 bajillion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know that I will say that does change. That change. I'm glad I waited to submit my mock because I'll go ahead and tell you, Cincinnati Bengals, that makes me go all in on Latu.
Leatu Latu.
Leatu Latu, no doubt. And I'll trade Trey Hendrickson in day 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he gets a day 2 pick. He might get you a 3.
Oh, I would.
He might get you a 3.
I would say so.
I just don't know from who. I mean, the one I immediately thought of was New Orleans, but they don't have any fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
Who else would be jumping up and down to?
It's not coming to me. I can't think.
I'll tell you exactly who. Well, that's the 3-4 team.
That's what I'm trying to think of. Like, who are the 3 teams that need?
I just thought of one.
A defensive.
I just thought of one that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
You have to check on the money. I'll tell you who makes all the fucking sense in the world to me. Washington Commanders.
Okay.
I have, 7 picks in the top 130 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I come off one of those for Trey Hendrickson. Get an immediate impact guy. I'll sign him to a deal. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. So I got to give up number 14 in the 3rd round?
I'd probably do that.
Because I got
I'll
one.
deal with the money.
I
don't know that I would give him the extension. The only problem is that I don't know that I'd give him the extension. I mean, you're wanting a longer-term deal. I mean, shit, you're signed until you're 32 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that I'm going to be signing up for that. Hell, he got hurt last year.
We got into this talking about T. Higgins.
Yeah.
My original thought is a 2 enough?
T's way younger. T's way younger.
A 2nd-round pick. Knowing that I got to pay him.
I think T would get a 2. At 25.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're just going into his prime.
Yeah. And
Hendrickson is on the backside of his prime.
right. Is that a move New England could do?
For T?
Mm-hmm.
They could.
They give up a 2. They get T. Higgins, and they draft Drake May at 3. Offense not solved, but
better.
All of that problem that we had of, you don't want to go trace a quarterback. If they're not getting that sweetheart deal at 3,
I mean, New England's got a shitload of money, too.
I would go right now.
Over
and
the next 3
I'd be
years.
making the call. I'd be calling the Cincinnati office right now going, hey, give me that.
I can't tell you you're wrong. I can't tell you you're
Because
wrong.
I'm getting a quarterback that at least I believe in personally at 3. I know Jeremy believes in him as well.
Drake?
Yeah.
No doubt.
So
Red Sea is already offering the 90th pick to Cincinnati for Trey Hendrickson.
yes.
I don't disagree with you. I got to grab a monster.
I was going to say go ahead and offer him a 2nd-round pick for T. Higgins, too. Make them Cardinals fans real damn happy. Jesus. I said I had to go to the bathroom, and you stopped me. And now you up and left me. Just here to entertain the masses. As my eyeballs are floating. No, that's not the weed talking. Let's see here. In the YouTube comments, where did my page go? Boopity, boopity, boopity boo. There it is. It disappeared. Okay. Boop boo. We've got Atlanta coming up as well. In the chat. Or in the recording of the 7-round mock drafts. If you're just joining us.
We've been doing this for, an hour and a half now? We've gotten through 2?
We got 2 done in an hour and a half.
I mean, they were very well done.
They were in depth. They were problem-free.
Well, they weren't problem-free, but at least the fucking cameras work now. That was an old man groan. I heard it.
I want y'all. I mean, look at this. Look at this chair right here. This thing is hard as a damn rock.
I have the more comfortable chair. It is beautiful to be the fat guy when you're picking chairs because nobody wants you to be uncomfortable because you'll move. Okay, what team are we doing next? I think he said Atlanta. Cardinals. Do. Hey, you bring me a beer while you're up? I got the energy drink, but I forgot the beer. Arizona was next? Arizona's next. Did you bring me 2 beers? Hell yeah, let's go. You know what I did then? I drank a beer. Then you know what I did? I drank another beer. Then I had a margarita and a tequila.
And then I pissed 72 times. It was great.
I didn't because I'm a camel.
Well, you know what?
I don't have a tiny girl bladder like you do there, Mr. Spencer. You started messing with your cord. I realized I had one wrapped around my microphone too.
Yeah, my well, you know, when you have headphones, it's kink up just at the side of them. You gotta spin those babies out sometimes. All right, we've got the Arizona Cardinals.
And you know what? I'll go ahead and tell you I'm going to do something different with Arizona.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing trades and stuff? Mm-hmm. Are you throwing all that shit in there?
You're damn right I am.
All right.
Billy Bob, you damn right I am.
Let's do it to it, Lars.
All right. Wait for it.
The Sportsocracy.
Fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy. Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They aren't sure, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
And welcome back into the D. We are live in Detroit, downtown, just a stone's throw from Canada for the 7-round mock draft for the Arizona Cardinals. At ESPN Draft Nerd, Jeremy Greene. What are they going to do at 4?
I think there's only one thing they can do it for. Matt Miller said this in his final mock draft today. I have absolutely no faith that you will actually get that Godfather offer to move out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't buy it.
Yep.
Drake May's going to be going at 3 to New England. I don't think anybody else is giving you 3 wants to trade up. The Chargers want to move out of 5 because they want a lineman. They like J.C. Latham, and they like Talise Fuaga, and both of them are it's too high to take them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the Chargers would probably tell Minnesota, hey, don't give them 3 ones. We don't need 3 ones. We need 2 ones. We need 11 and 23 because that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can give us a day 2 pick next year and be done. And if you think those conversations don't happen, I got a bridge to sell you.
Right.
I think it would definitely happen. I think it's already happened, to be really honest with you. So, for me, I look to Arizona. It's take Marvin Harrison.
Yes. Marvin Harrison or nothing.
That's the answer. He's the best player on the board. I don't know that it's all that close. He's my number 1 player in the class.
He is mine as well.
So, you take him, you just be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where this gets interesting to me. Because if I'm Arizona, there are a couple select guys that I'm looking at going, if they were to fall, I would be interested in moving up. I mean, look, Arizona has a ton of picks. They got 27, 35, 66, 71, 90, 104. And that's 7 picks in the top 104. Mm-hmm. So I kind of look at New Orleans. If things broke down this way, and I could get up there to get, I don't know, maybe corner.
Maybe Quinion Mitchell.
Well, Quinion Mitchell's gone to Denver here. Mm-hmm. But Terry and Arnold's still on the board. And if I could give up, I don't know.
Still on the board where?
14.
At 14?
Would I give up 27, 66, and 104?
And get nothing back but
14.
But 14?
I just get 14 back.
Okay. Yeah.
I give up my latter 1, an early 3, and the third 4.
No chance I can get a 3 next year?
Or
4 next year?
I don't need that.
Okay. No day 2 pick?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and they did it. So I feel like I would go up there and get either Leatu Latu. I feel like you can get a decent pass rusher in the later sections with that second-round pick or something of that nature. But I trade up here to get Terry and Arnold, which is all the Cardinal fans that were saying, we got to trade back. That's exactly what you wanted to do, is come away with a receiver and a cornerback. Well, how about I just go get the best receiver and the second-best cornerback and be fucking done with it?
Right.
I still have a billion picks. Mm-hmm. I give New Orleans more picks because they need cheap players. That's probably why they were willing to accept that, even though it would have been low on the Jimmy Johnson scale. And I just go up here and get Terry and Arnold. I don't see anything wrong with that. I know they're not a great team, but you give me a legit number 1 corner, a legit number 1 wide receiver, and I feel different about that team than I did coming into this.
Yes. No doubt.
So that's where I go.
Okay.
Go get Terry and Arnold. Oof. Somebody pointed that out to me of what would keep Arizona from trading up into the top 20.
Not
a damn thing.
No. I have enough ammo to do that. I've been saying that for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now? Take those 7 picks that are in the top 100 or in the top 107 and turn them into 4 picks that are inside the top 50.
Hell, I might make another trade.
I think all things are on the board right now for Arizona. You've built yourself that much draft capital to be able to do that. And is this a team that has a lot of holes? Absolutely. But not as many.
But I just filled 2 of them.
But I'm saying that, but I'm not sure how many Jonathan Gannon really believes he has.
I mean, you definitely have a good number of needs. I mean, I'm going to pull up my team needs for the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. Started with wide receiver. Cornerback was 2. Mm-hmm. Defensive tackle was 3. Edge was 4. Guard was 5. I filled 1 and 2 in the top 14 picks.
Yes.
And now we fall down to the pick in the second round here, which is 35. I feel like there's holy shit. Chopper Robinson's still on the board.
At when?
35. No, there's a chance.
Is there?
There's 100% a chance. There's 100% a chance, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't even think about it. I'd turn that card in immediately.
Absolutely. That's a run to the podium. Chop Robinson is a player that people will trade up for.
I don't know that I agree with you.
Really?
I don't know that I agree with you.
That point?
Well, because he's not a finished product. So it's a specific scheme that would be looking for him. It's a specific coach. It's a specific team. You've got to be really locked in because, I mean, he's more of a project than people let on. He only has 3 moves total. Mm-hmm. But he's such a damn good pass rusher. And so you tell me I wind up with one of the best 4 edge rushers in this class. Corner, wide receiver, best receiver, second corner for me. Clearly. I don't really give a damn what you do with these last 6 picks. You have crushed this. Crushed it. Mm-hmm. And wait till you see who's on the board at 71.
All right, Chop Robinson. And then?
Well, now we get to 71. Players that I would be looking at, Rook or Horrutro. He's Scooby-Doo.
Both.
I did. What did you say it actually is? Row, rut, row?
Row, rut, row.
Row, rut, row.
Row, rut, row.
Row, rut, row. Raggy. I mean, I would be happy with him. Would you not? I mean, yeah, I lost out on Jerson Newton. But damn, I've got the stand-up edge. I add rut row. He'll never be anything else.
No, he will not.
Stout against the run.
That's how you say it.
He's stout against the run. I think he's got upside as a pass rusher down the line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling really good about what Arizona's done here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've still got another pick at 90.
All right, at 90. What are our choices?
This is where this gets – okay, PFF with Eric All at 92. Could you stop that, please? I mean, I get liking a guy, but Eric All literally could tear his jejunum wiping his ass. Could you stop? I thought I was high on him because I've got him at like 195.
How many weeks do you miss for a torn jejunum?
I don't even know what a jejunum is, if I was being 100% honest with you. I thought your jejunum was what you tore when you lost your virginity, so I'm probably not the person to ask this question to. All these years later, I can still surprise him with the level of dumb shit that can come out of my mouth.
What is that?
Is there a specific position you're looking for here?
Oh my God.
I'm looking at guys they've talked to. They've talked to a shitload of running backs, which is weird to me.
Why is that weird to you?
Well, I mean, James Conner's older. I don't know. I'm never a big fan of teams that aren't really good.
Yeah.
Taking running backs in the draft.
Well, I got a really shitty running back room. I mean, I don't know how they feel about it. I'm sure they're just, we're fine. I got James Conner, Michael Carter, no offense to you, Amari DiMarcado, and DJ Dallas.
Well, I'm not taking a running back here. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
That's a whole bunch of damn dudes. No, I'm just saying that's why it's listed as a need. Just like tight end always got listed as a need for your Jets.
Red Sea asks, can we have a starting left guard? You want to know why I pushed that off? Because at 90, would you like me to tell you the top 5 guys left? Cooper Beebe, Mason McCormick, Cedric Von Prawn, Christian Mahogany, Hunter Northside. You can wait on guard.
Yep. And just do it. Just do one of them. Anyone, pick one. Cedric Von Prawn. You want to bounce him around? Center, guard. Doesn't really matter.
No, Von Prawn probably the lowest rated one I had there.
You like BB, don't you?
Which one?
You like BB.
He's fine. I like Mahogany. It's
okay.
just I don't necessarily love him for that scheme. I'll be honest with you. The one I kind of want to take is Mason McCormick. I mean, I don't need him to be a star right now. I need him to be able to come in and play, which McCormick can do.
Mm-hmm.
He's super athletic. He just kind of runs like he's got a 2x4 up his ass from time to time. But, I mean, I think I would walk away from that really happy.
Okay. So, go McCormick.
Take Mason McCormick, guard out of South Dakota State.
Red Sea said Mahogany or BB, so you missed it by that much.
Well, BB would probably be who Arizona would have taken.
Okay.
I just look at with Kyler Murray. The problem with BB and Mahogany is that both of them are like more run blocker types. And I don't really feel like with Kyler Murray that's where you're headed. You need somebody that can get out in front of that little speedy-ass quarterback, and that was why I went McCormick. I would be fine with frankly, I have both of them rated higher than him. I just like the fit better.
Okay.
But, I mean, hey, if you want to, in your head, if you want to put Cooper Beebe in there, more power to you. Mm-hmm. I see nothing wrong with that.
All right, next pick.
Oh, this just worked out fucking perfectly. I love when a plan comes together.
Okay.
This is at 138.
Uh-huh.
I feel like this is a player that with Jonathan Gannon, it would be a match made in heaven. Jordan McGee.
Oh, yeah.
You loved him at the Combine.
I did. He's got swag. That's just – you can tell the guys who really love the game because it's football. It's banging heads. And this dude, yeah. I wouldn't mind him winding up with my team.
I like him a lot,
Yeah.
and I think he would fit in nicely there in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I did just learn. I did not know this. He played quarterback in high school.
Did he?
I like that. I'm not sure he will be here. He has been trending upwards for quite some time.
Oh, where would does your sheet say where he's from? I'm just curious.
It does not, but I can find
I'm
out.
just curious. Best athlete in a small town. That's why he played quarterback.
I don't know, but I can find out. Let's see. Jordan McGee is from. I thought it was somewhere close to us, but I could be wrong there. Go. Dover, Delaware.
Okay. I mean, he's already the best. Well, I guess maybe the second best football player I've ever known to come out of the state of Delaware.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we
He's
go.
number one.
Let's go.
Number one. Let's
Hell
go,
yeah.
Sleepy Joe. Sorry, that was.
Red Sea said Arizona's a run first team. I don't 100% agree with that, but yes, when things went well, you had James Conner running well. It gets into the way that I would build out a team. I'm not, although he might be talking me into this. I mean, hell, Baltimore built offensive lines.
Are you?
Well, I think he was going back to the guard pick with McCormick.
Oh, okay.
Because McCormick's not as much of a mauler as much as he is athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, hell, Baltimore built offensive lines that were kind of mauler in front of Lamar Jackson. That worked out just fine. Mm-hmm. Maybe I would have taken Mahogany. I don't know that I've mentioned McCormick one time, so I saw his name and I went, ooh, opportunity to do that. And then I made it make sense in my head. But maybe I would have taken Mahogany.
Mm-hmm. I was just looking up who's the new OC there. Drew Petzing.
Yes.
That came over from Cleveland.
Yes.
It's his run first team.
I mean, that could be their ultimate goal.
He probably. Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of do get the feeling that these guys that left Philadelphia, they've taken that with them.
What do you mean?
Right? I mean, they've taken that success with them. We saw what happened to Philadelphia after they dropped off. Steichen's doing a hell of a job, I think, in Indianapolis, and we'll see what he does with the quarterback this year if he can stay healthy. You look at Gannon, that defense is getting better and better by the move. I mean, they had holes coming into the offseason. I feel like he's done a damn good job of filling the holes. Bilal Nichols and who was the other, Justin Jones that they picked up from the Bears. Like,
you feel way better about both those dudes than I do.
I'm just saying they're little pieces that fill in that Jonathan Gannon scheme. It's like I'm plugging the holes best I can here while I build something new.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be better than some people expect.
I don't disagree with that. All right, we're into their next pick, and I can't bypass this guy because he shouldn't be on the board. It's Christian Jones. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he did to PFF or any of these other softwares. He should not be on the board. They've got him at 154 overall. I just took him at 162.
That's crazy.
That makes not a damn lick of sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Does it to you?
No.
I think he's way better than that.
I'm with you.
All right, we got 2 picks left, 186, 226. All right, we were talking about running backs earlier. Oh, yeah. Shit.
Kamani Vidal. He's on the board. You know he is. Take him.
He's actually not on the board.
Really? I'm shocked. I think every mock draft I've done, he's been available in like the 6th round.
He went the pick before the Cardinals. The Jets took him.
They'd trade up to get him.
I swear to God, Sycamore just did that. He saw us doing this live stream and went, watch this shit.
I'm
going to put Kamani Vidal at 12. The Jets will take him in front of the friggin' Cardinals.
What pick are we at?
186.
186.
Let me see if they've talked to a running back that's still here just in the effort of realism.
Dylan Lobby. Is he still on the board?
Oh, I do love Dylan Lobby. Mm-hmm. There's another one that I like better, though.
I'm trying to think who else could.
Rasheen Ali is the one I'm looking at.
Rasheen Ali.
Let's get out of Marshall that tore his pec at the Senior Bowl.
Okay.
The one that was just having a phenomenal weekend. Weekend that got hurt.
About this.
That's probably where I would go. I mean, I don't need the kid to be a star yet. I've got DeMarcado. I've got James Conner, and I can kind of put Rasheen Ali in mothballs.
Mm-hmm.
I do think he has the ability to be a really good running back in the NFL.
Okay. Throw a sixth running back at it. See what happens.
That's really just their third. I mean, they have Michael Carter, too.
I was going to say, and they got DJ Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, God, they have DJ Dallas. Fuck, let me turn
Well,
back.
they just signed him. I mean, I just spent money to bring him in the building.
Shit, you're right. I mean, with DJ Dallas, fuck, we might as well cut everybody else. Just start running back right there.
That's 6. With the draft pick, that makes 6.
Is it 6? Oh, math.
Yeah.
I don't like math. Math's bullshit. All right, is there a position you want me to tackle with 226 here?
No. I mean, is there like I don't know, a long shot dart throw?
Daniel Vale said, as a Bears fan, Justin Jones is very, very bad.
Secondary player. Is there like a dart throw might turn into something secondary player here at the end?
Dana Robinson crushed it with some comments there on the Cardinals. They did talk to Dylan Johnson. I do not value him that high. That's why I took Ali. But they did talk to him and said that the McCormick pick wasn't bad because they do a bit of zone blocking. That was another thought of it. So I appreciate you, Dana.
Okay. All right,
hey, Murphy Johnson, that's a new name. Watch you guys from New Jersey. God bless you. You're in Jet territory, and I'm a Jet fan. He said, your knowledge of football is incredible. Keep doing a great job. It's always nice when people say nice shit instead of telling me to jump out that fucking window right there, which people do quite often.
Oh, is he still playing basketball out there?
Yeah, Tank was up here talking shit to a kid earlier. If you see Tank disappear off the stream, it's because some kid's dad came to whip his ass.
I was not yelling things out the window.
Oh.
Jeremy wanted me to.
Hey.
He was like, hey, you should open that window and start yelling at him. I'm not going to do that. I
All right.
I really want to, but I would get shot.
No doubt. No doubt. You just look like somebody that beat the fuck out of that guy. I'm going to teach you a lesson.
They're going to shoot the Trump supporter from the top of the building. Like, no, thank you. I don't need that evil in my life. No, thank you.
We still have another pick for – no, you went down a fucking rabbit hole.
Make the pick. I didn't go down a rabbit hole. You started taking comments and shit.
I did. Somebody said nice things. Shut up.
Last pick for the Cardinals in the 7th-round mock draft. No secondary.
I've already
player.
done this. No. There's a guy that I just so happen to know that they really like.
Okay.
And you asked me about him earlier. I just saw his name out of the corner of my. Oh, go! Damn you, Charles Turner III. They had him on a top 30 visit. You asked me about him earlier. What I thought about him, I went that he's going to be an Arizona Cardinal, and if it's not as a drafted player, then it will be as a undrafted free agent.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
He's so low in the PFF software that I didn't even have to look to see if he was there. That's the one.
Just all the way down.
That's the guy. You take him. He's a pretty good pass blocker. He's the god-awful run blocker. But if you ever figure that out, then that could be a hell of a – it could be a hell of a pick late. Yeah. I mean, look, that's what you're going to have to find.
Yeah.
By the time you get to this point, shit, you're taking guys that do not belong in the NFL.
7th-round mock draft for the Arizona Cardinals is in the books. If you hate it, if you like it, let us know in the YouTube comments. More from the D.
We'll have a grade here in just a second. They liked our Cardinals mock a lot better than they liked the others. A+ on Marvin Harrison, A's on Terry and Arnold, Chop Robinson, Rook, or Hor Rutro. B's on Mason McCormick, Jordan McGee, Christian Jones, Charles Turner, and then a D+ on Rasheen Ali.
Yes. Rutro.
Rutro. Raggy.
7th-round mock draft for the Arizona Cardinals is thus. Like I said, let us know in the comments. We got all of the draft coverage coming your way on the YouTube channel from Detroit, Michigan. 2024 NFL Draft. We're here once again thanks to Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings.
See, in the muted time, I looked at Tank and said, "Did you want to say hi to your mom or anything like that?" I mean, I don't know how many more lines you needed to end that with.
I was waiting for you to do your usual, hey, like, share, comment, do all the things.
Hell, you started talking about Trump supporters and shit. So I'm gonna let you. They whip your ass. I don't do politics. At least not on YouTube. You catch me at a bar, that could be different.
That could be different. All right, so let's see here.
You had the list of teams.
Yes.
Daniel Vales asked, can we get the Bears at some point? I actually did the Bears by myself. That's on the YouTube stream. So we can bang out a quick Bears one. It's just going to be a little bit. We're running super behind. We do these every year. All right, I'm just going to be totally honest. That's the thing I love about doing live streams like this. I did not anticipate doing the draft. I was going to go to the Senior Bowl. That was my thing. Well, we went to the Senior Bowl. It worked so well that all of a sudden everybody went, hey, you should go to the Combine. Hey, you should go to the draft. I didn't mentally prepare for any of these things. I've been so burnt out since about the beginning of March that I can't see straight, which is why I'm about to take the unholiest vacation you've ever seen. Look, I got married a year ago. My anniversary's in 3 weeks. We haven't even taken a honeymoon yet. So I hit burnout, and, Tank's right. I do get sidetracked very easily. I need ADHD medicine. Javon, I hope I said that right. Speed Sims, who's watching us from Baltimore, Maryland, says 2021. You guys are amazing and so relatable. Falcons fan from Baltimore. We appreciate you.
Thank you, brother.
I always like seeing new names. It always blows my mind. I had a guy in the let's see, where was I? I think that was at the Combine. That came up to me and was like, I've been watching you on YouTube forever. And I saw the name and I went, I've never heard that name before. It's like, yeah, I don't comment much.
Yeah. Nice.
Like, you should comment more. We like shouting people out.
Absolutely.
Dana said our names are all matrix glitched out. I don't know what that means.
Nameplates on the stream? Is that
maybe?
Let me see. I'm looking. I don't see.
I didn't notice it. But
yeah, down in the corner there. What is all that? Is that where our names are supposed to be?
Oh yeah. That's just the frame.
Oh, that's just frame. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, I cheated on the frame, so we have we have frames that move. Yeah, that's not our names.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, those are actually random characters that I put in there that would dance around, and they're just bouncing back and forth, but they're real little.
Are they like letter characters?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, symbols.
I didn't know if they were like, cartoon characters that you put in there, and I went, where the fuck is my bunny I've been asking for?
Tom and Jerry are in there, Tank. That's exactly how that works. I actually put Tom and Jerry and Wile E. Coyote down there, and they're having an orgy. That's how that went.
Look, it's little boys, and they're playing hopscotch.
At Sports Take ESPN. Somehow we came to Detroit, and Tank became the weird uncle.
I'm not the one that's been talking about tug-offs all day. So,
you know why? Because there's a thin wall separating where I sleep and where you sleep, and I am afraid of what's been happening in this room. Cleaning it. Went off in my hand.
Uh-huh. That's how it goes. Minnesota Vikings are next, if you'd like to
yeah, thank God
that
prevents you from saying any more weird shit.
Jeremy's not big on the movie references.
Patrick Holt said I am big on TV references. Patrick Holt with a super chat. Ooh, do I have I do have a button.
That was loud.
That was loud in my ear. Oh, that's like the perfect button for that, too. I never thought of that. So his name's Art Vandelay, Washington fan living in North Carolina. Patrick Holt's one of our all-time favorites. We've actually met him. He's come up to Asheville, been to the Village Porch with us, which is where I'll be for day 3 of the draft. We'll be announcing a new project with our friends at actually, you know what? We're on a live stream, I can tell you, with Dale's Pale Ale, the new official beer of the Sportsocracy.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a Bud Light, but you didn't see that. They didn't have Dale's Pale Ale here, and frankly, I don't know where the hell else to find a beer here except the grocery store that's right there.
Yep. Selection limited.
It's okay. You can walk to it. I'm a big fan of walkable.
Okay. Minnesota Vikings?
Yes.
All right.
Hold on, I gotta reset the.
Minnesota mock draft.
Thanks, singing my mock draft song.
Yep.
Nothing sacred around here. Oh, hold on. I forgot to take a screenshot of the Cardinals mock. I'm gonna post all these on. 3 days from now when we finish these.
I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Well, how many have we gotten to now?
4.
Sweet.
I think it's 4.
Let's see. We've done the Eagles. We've done the Lions.
Cardinals.
We just did the Cardinals.
So 3.
We've done 3. They've all averaged 20 minutes. It's not looking good for us finishing these by.
Definitely not by 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's not happening. Well, hell, 7 o'clock's in 38 minutes. So I'm going to say I doubt that happens.
Oh, raise your glasses, boys. It's draft day. Oh,
It's
wait,
not
no.
draft day yet.
Draftmas
Don't.
Eve.
Drafty clause will leave you a fucking kicker in your stocking. I'm telling you right now, you keep talking shit.
Oh, dear. So, yeah. How you doing? Good? Everybody good? We having
How
fun?
you nerd?
We having fun? Nothing like a good whiskey and Coke to take the edge off the stressful day. This is hard living, y'all, just so you know.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Lewis Black in the YouTube comments said, been watching you guys from 3 to 4 years. Lions fan from Michigan. Hope you guys have a great draft trip. Love your content. Always feel like I'm more informed after your show.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, I love when people say nice things. You know, we live on the internet where people just want to be dicks. And it's so nice when people say those things.
Yeah.
Lewis Black also.
He's a hero. I love that guy.
Lewis Black?
Yeah.
I had the chance to open for him one time.
And you didn't.
I
because
couldn't.
You
I had a
got into a tug off.
I almost said a pre-existing condition. Damn it! Lately, here's the thing, folks. I had the herpes, and I couldn't do it. No, I got a call. Literally, it was the day of, and I think it was 2.5, 3 hours away, and I was 6 hours away.
Yeah.
So,
Man,
short of
that would have been cool.
unless I had gained the ability to teleport, it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, that would have been real cool.
Oh, I love Lewis Black too. If it weren't for my horse, I wouldn't have spent that year at college.
It's the last tour, by the way. Did you see that? Announced that yesterday.
I did not.
It's the last ride.
Well, fuck, he's like 80 years old.
He is 80 years old. Actually, I don't think he's that old. Now I got to look it up. He is very, very funny.
Patrick Holdasso also asked, how high are you right now?
He's 75. On a scale of 1 to senator socks, I think I'm about a crew cut.
Let's go.
Like, we ain't there. I'm this stupid off the air.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad you said that. I was just going to think it.
I admit it. That is one of the things that my wife loves most about me is my ability to be just a freaking idiot. Adds a lot of levity to a lot of tense situations. Just a general nice guy. Yes, and sure, Tay really loves that G word, and I
Glizzy?
oh God. I hate
Got
that word.
Got that glizzy. You had 2 glizzies earlier.
I did, and
They were awesome.
delicious. God, I ain't shitting you, man. That is one of the best hot dogs I've ever eaten in my life. National Coney Island. You ever get the chance? I've already decided they have a deal on their website where you can get 24 hot dogs, the buns, a brick of chili, the onions, the mustard. You get all the fixings to make them yourself and have it shipped to your house. All frozen. You cook them yourself. I'm getting a shipment in. We're going to be having a little National Coney Island cookout at the Spencer household this summer at some point. You would take all the shit up around the pool and just do it at the pool. Nah, and then I got to share food when I'm up there. I don't like sharing food.
Joey doesn't share food.
Especially good food that you had to have, shipped in.
It was a tremendous glizzy.
Although all the shit snot-nosed kids from our neighborhood are probably going to be at my house anyway for the cookout. So
hey, I've been nominated the cool dad in my in my child's social circle, and frankly, I take that as that's a badge of honor for me.
Patrick Holt, I don't know what brand or farm or where these hot dogs come from. I've not delved into it that much to find out where they come from. He said Hebrew National are the best. Yes, they are. They're very good hot dog. These look like they are either made in-house or made special for National Coney Island. And they repackage them and sell them out retail.
Fucking awesome.
Oh, God,
it's
the skin on it.
I always wondered what people talked about with the snap. I had never had a hot dog that snapped before, but that was it was
so
tremendous.
Good. It is handmade. At least that's how it's advertised on their website. Handmade, hand cranked. Now who's talking about masturbation?
Yeah. Let's see. Tay asked. He wants to know about Brock Bowers. What's the earliest? What's his range?
5.
5's too high.
5's too high.
9 to 15. I bet my life right now. 9 to 15.
Yeah.
Because he could go to the Bears. I don't think the Bears would do that, but they might. I don't know how him and Kmet would play together. Because neither one's a good enough blocker, but both of them have to play somewhat in line. I think the most, if I had to put a percentage on it, I'd say 10% to the Bears, 80% to the Jets, because it's a Dunze or Bowers for the Jets.
Yes.
And I don't think a Dunze is going to be there.
I don't either.
Then I would say probably 10% to the Colts. I don't think anybody in between there would take him. There might be a trade up.
New Orleans wouldn't take him?
No, Sean Payton's gone, so the obsession with tight ends.
I've seen mock drafts that have the Raiders taking him. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? You have
Michael.
Matthew Mayer.
Yeah,
or Michael Mayer.
Matthew Mayer?
Yeah, Matthew Mayer, the stash from
and is that John's brother?
No. He's the stash from Baylor.
Oh, yeah.
The big, tall, white kid. Yeah.
Tay said, imagine Atlanta takes Bowers. I'll be honest with you. I thought Atlanta should take Roma Dunze. I think they're dumb for getting locked in on Dallas Star. And they may not be. It could very well just be that we're also locked in on them taking somebody for that defense, that we keep throwing Dallas Turner to them.
We all want them to have an edge rusher.
If I had to bet on a team throwing a hell of a swerve in the top 10, it would be Atlanta. Mm-hmm. That they come out and take Byron Murphy or Roma Dunze or they make a trade. Those are, if you ever want to know the team that you really lean on for making the trades, look at the team that you can find 8 players that make sense to them, but none of them belong where they're drafting.
Yeah.
That's the team that trades down.
I could see Atlanta trading down or taking a receiver. There's only 2 paths I can see for them.
Daniel Vale said Kmet's gotten better in blocking. You're right. Now, I wasn't taking a shot at Kmet. I was more talking about the way those two play together.
Let me rephrase. If they do it right. To me, those are the 2 right paths to take. Trade down or take a receiver. If you stay there and take the edge rusher and it's not Jared Verse, you're going to be upset. Just my personal feelings.
I tend to agree with that.
All right. You want to jump in and do the mock draft for the Minnesota Vikings? Who can apparently stay at 11 and get J.J. McCarthy? At least on mine.
I'm not sure that they couldn't, to be really honest with you.
But will they have to trade up? Or will they feel they have to trade up and pull the trigger and get up to 3?
Let me reset the decks on mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we haven't played the intro.
Correct.
Yeah. Sorry, I jumped ahead.
Tank's used to me just going, fuck it, I can do the editing later. And then, Jeremy spends 8 weeks putting shit together going, if we'd done this a smarter way, this would not suck as bad as it does.
Yeah. And since we do live by the philosophy of fuck it, we'll do it live.
Hell, we may start doing more shit like this. Just, hey, you know what? You just come hang out with us. You just come hang out with us. We'll record these and we'll figure it out as she goes.
I feel like that's a great way to get canceled, though.
I
mean, when you have such a tight-knit group that we do.
Or promoted.
Here's the thing. There have been not lots of things. There have been some things throughout this little journey together where I've gone, you know what? I don't really think that's the path. And here we sit. So
I'll tell you the same
I tend to just roll with it at this point and go, you know what? I'm doing cool shit. So
I'll tell you the same thing I told you 4 years ago. Stick with me, kid. I'll show you the ropes.
Yep.
I hate the word no.
I'd have never done this on my own, so I'm riding with you, kid.
I hate the word no. And when we started this, I got to a point like a year and a half ago where I went, if we're going to keep doing this, I'm ready to do the cool shit.
That's the one thing I've always thought I needed in my radio career.
What's that?
Thoroughbred. I need a carnival barker. I need somebody to go out there and sell it because I don't do that. I'm not the carnival barker. I don't do that myself. So when I found a good one that could get me in some rooms that I've never been in before and maybe make me a little money, and I feel like things are going well.
I mean, sometimes
and just to reiterate, we're coming to you live from downtown Detroit at the 2024 NFL Draft.
Hey, sometimes you have to stay in $37 rooms. But, I mean, I'll be honest with you. This is worth $37.
100%.
This room was, I think, $170 a night. And I'd paid $170 a night. I'd probably be a little pissed.
Infinitely.
Everything that way.
I might show my ass.
So everything that is that way was $500 a night minimum.
I don't doubt it.
Everything.
I do not doubt it.
So, all right, let's do Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And I got to go make a phone call.
All right. All right. Stream of consciousness here, the open veil into what we do.
All right.
We're doing 7-round mock drafts here. Minnesota Vikings are next. If you're just joining us, we are live from the 2024 NFL Draft thanks to Ingles Supermarkets.
The Sportsocracy.
Fire me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Take two.
The Sportsocracy.
Fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy. Beer City's best sports talk
Is gross.
just earlier.
They aren't sure, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingles studio.
And thank you for joining us here in the Sportsocracy. Once again, 7-round mock drafts, team by team, and it's time to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. We're running the Flostradamus. Well, we're running the PFF simulator here. Flostradamus, Jeremy Greene, giving you who the Minnesota Vikings could pick at each and every spot in the 2024 NFL Draft. We are live from Detroit, Michigan, here in the Sportsocracy. Thanks to Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings. The Vikings, I feel like they hold a lot of cards in this draft because they got 2 first-round draft picks and the ability to trade up. The question is, will they pull the trigger?
Well, for me, it depends on what you can get. I'm not trading up for J.J. McCarthy. I'm just not doing it. I don't think he is worth 2 first-round picks. I sure as hell don't think he's worth 3 first-round picks. So the question for me becomes, what do I have to give up to get Drake May? And I'm just going to break down what I have heard and what I know to be the case. I know Washington is conflicted at 2. Caleb Williams is going 1. Just take that out of the lexicon. I know at 2, Adam Peters has asked everybody on the planet that will answer the question, hey, what would you do? He's asked the question. He's gotten a lot of different answers, including from inside the building. There are guys in Washington that really like J.J. McCarthy. Whether that means they take him or not, that I don't know. I will say that New England, I don't think, is in love with Drake. They might be in like with Drake. And that's where I start to get scared of, does that mean there is something that we could do here trade-wise? I would rather overpay for Drake May than overpay for J.J. McCarthy.
Yes.
And now I'm going to ask you a very simple question. If I told you that one of the quarterbacks not named Caleb Williams won Rookie of the Year, who would it be?
Jaden Daniels.
I don't think Jaden Daniels can win Rookie of the Year.
Really?
I don't think he can win Rookie of the Year because I don't think the team's good enough. I mean, Jaden can come out and throw for 4,200 yards, run for another 800, and if the Commanders go 5-12, he ain't winning it.
Okay.
I would say Drake May in Minnesota would be the favorite. Immediately. I think he would immediately be the favorite.
Well, he would be the I don't know. I was going to say he would be the wide receiver. He will be the quarterback with the best wide receiver, but not necessarily the best group.
No.
Because that's Caleb. Caleb's stepping into the best situation.
Caleb does have an intriguing number of weapons. And look, that Chicago team's going to be really, really good.
If he's half of what they think he could be in his rookie year, I'm not sure I see a way he doesn't win Rookie of the Year.
It would be tough.
But we're taking him out of the equation.
Because there's no shot you can get him.
Right. I see what you're saying with Drake.
I'm just looking at New England going, okay, what does 3 cost? Obviously, it's 11 and 23. They've got 7 picks outside of this. Is there any intrigue to adding that 129 and a 3 next year? Like, can I get out of this deal with doing that? And I think the answer is yes. I really do. I think getting 11 and 23 is exactly what New England wants. I give you a couple mid-round picks, and I think that's enough.
Okay. All right, so they make the trade up to 3.
Because I'll call your bluff. I will straight up call your bluff if you don't take it from me. In this scenario, they do.
Okay.
I was about to say, of course, I just made that trade, and Drake May's not going to fall here. But, I mean, that's the only way I'm doing it. I'm not giving up that capital for J.J. McCarthy. I will give it up for Drake May, though. Look, we're Carolina affiliates. We know this kid pretty well. The high end is incredible. The arm talent is incredible. He's a phenomenal runner. There is some horrid inconsistency that will drive you batshit crazy watching him.
Who's that sound like? Kirk Cousins.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
It sounds exactly.
Drake May is Kirk Cousins with an ability to run.
You got damn right he is. Every time I watch his film, I go, God, he's got a lot of Kirk Cousins in him, because there are some plays that are beautiful, and he looks like the best fucking quarterback in the NFL or college football or whatever. And then there are other plays where I go, how the hell did you sail that 10 feet over that guy's head? He's wide open in the corner of the end zone, and you sailed it. He did that time after time at Carolina. It drove me freaking crazy. But it's Kirk Cousins.
It is.
He can be good enough in this league at his high point to be better. I believe. I believe he has a ceiling of a top 10 quarterback in this league.
I agree. I agree with everything you just said.
And I feel the same way about Jaden Daniels, and I do not feel the same way about Caleb Williams.
I feel the same way about all 3 of the high-end guys. They also have I would say all 3 of them have the possibility of not getting to a second contract. We could be looking at them the way we look at Zach Wilson.
Could be.
All 3 of them. I see that possibility with all of them. I don't see either possibility with J.J. McCarthy. And I think that might be what's intriguing people, is that we don't know what his big flaw is, and I don't think there's a, God, he is terrible. I mean, I think worst case scenario on J.J. McCarthy, you're getting Justin Fields. Justin Fields got a second shot.
Yep.
Because he's super athletic.
Yep.
All right, so now I have we've zoomed down to 108, which is the next pick for Minnesota. They have 6 picks total after the trade with New England. I'm going to have to get really cute here. I'm just looking at players that, and I'm looking at their top 30 visits of guys that I'm going to try to get to here. Christian Boyd from Northern Iowa, who might be the most popular player. I think he has the most visits of any player in the league. If he doesn't, I don't know who beat him. I think I've seen him visit every single team. I think he just went, you know what, I'm gonna go talk to them all. It's too early for me to take him, so I'm going to target him about 177. Tanner Bortolini from Wisconsin, which is a guy that you know I really like. Mm-hmm. They had him in on a top 30 visit. They've had a bunch of late-round kind of flyer guys. They also talked to Dylan Johnson. They talked to Donovan Jennings, excuse me. They've had a lot of guys in the building, but I feel like I need to add another receiver. I feel like I need to add to the defensive line, and I need to add corners. Mm-hmm. So I'm just looking at what's on the board, and I'm going to flip the board back on the screen here. It ain't pretty. I mean, where we're at right here, it's not awesome. I mean, and that's the bad thing about having to give up both of those picks and what you gave up to Houston to get up there. You're going to have to get real cute late. And so, I mean, is there a player that you see on the Minnesota list that's really intriguing to you here at 108?
Oh. Well, I'm looking, it's flipping. I'm trying to read it, and it's flipping.
I mean, they have to get in 413 ads.
Yes.
Mason Smith is the one I'm looking at.
Okay.
He's still on the board.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's the guy I should take here.
Mm-hmm. I think whatever you do has to be on the defensive side.
I tend to agree with that.
I have to build up that defensive side of the football somehow, some way. They've got a couple of pieces.
And you just tell me if you tell me if I look at this the wrong way.
Okay.
Every time I see teams do this thing where they make the move up, Minnesota with Drake May to me is a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
With J.J. McCarthy, they're not. With Sam Darnold, you might be. I don't know. I love Sam.
Yes.
And Sam's a vet. J.J. McCarthy's not ready to lead a team to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I look at teams like this and go, I have to start wishing for the stars. I got to start shooting for the stars, trying to hit on high-level players like a Mason Smith, who the good on him is so damn good that if I hit this, I've got a nose tackle for the next 10 years. If I miss, I got a rotational defensive line piece. And so that's the kind of guys that I'm looking to take. So I take him at 108. Then you go 157, 167, 177, 230, 232. I've hit the defensive tackle. I feel like I've got to get a corner. Minnesota's just awful in the secondary.
Yeah, if they don't make the trade in the first round, that 11 pick will be
Mitchell.
A corner.
Has to be.
Yes.
Has to be.
If somebody jumps up and takes him earlier, like I've thought, it could be a fun, spicy little move for Atlanta to stay at 8.
I said that
and
at
take
one
Quentin
point.
Mitchell.
And look, I would love it if they did.
Did you get panned for it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just not going to happen. I mean, that's the thing about mock drafts is that you have to split the difference of what makes sense to you and what could actually happen. Mm-hmm. And I'm not so sure that it can actually happen.
Really? Okay. It makes sense in my head. So that means the Atlanta Falcons probably won't do it. So at this point with Minnesota, I mean, I went out and got Jonathan Grenard.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he was a nice little useful piece. I've shed some of the old. Danielle Hunter's gone, all of that, but I still need to add pieces because I got a lot of holes. Mm-hmm. I got Ivan Pace, fine. I'm not really sure. I'm definitely not in love with anybody in the secondary. I mean, old Harrison Smith, I guess. How old is he, by the way?
Billion.
36 years old.
He's got to be close to my age.
He's 35 years old. So at one point I liked Harrison Smith, but now you have a geriatric safety with a whole bunch of dudes that I don't really believe in. You got Byron Murphy, who I defended forever in Arizona, but I'm not sure he's gotten any better over the last few years. It's got to be a secondary player for me.
The only reason I remember that is I vaguely remember Harrison Smith being in the draft of, I've dropped out, I'm never going to make shit of myself, I'm always going to suck. I'd remember a couple of those drafts where I just went, I wish I could do that for a living, but I'm too stupid for college. Suck, bitches. Keep your fucking degree and shove it up your ass. How about that? How's that sound?
And this, my friends, was a window into the mind of Jeremy Greene.
Yeah, that's how my brain works. The pick I would make here would be DeCameron Richardson, the kid out of Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. He's the only corner I see left that has had such high-level tape at one point that I think he could come in and start right now. The only thing is that I really like the fact I've got Brian Flores to try to coach him up, because there are times that it feels like he goes, butterfly, and just gets his ass toasted. But that was really more the first 2 years. Last year, he was pretty good. Did you about die there?
Sorry about that. I was choking on something. I didn't want everybody to, have their ears blown out.
There you go.
Just trying to look out for you guys. All right. Where does that leave us after
DeCameron Richardson?
Okay. DeCameron Richardson.
Yeah, he was
You still haven't sent me that thing, by the way.
I did. This time I know I did, because I'm actually looking at my email that says sent. I may have sent it to the wrong email, but
maybe so.
You have like 40.
I do.
All right, we're at 167 now?
Yes.
Yep, 167. Your boy, Dallin Holker.
Ian.
I don't feel like they need a tight end.
They don't, but why not have a backup?
Well, it's not so much look, he's an athletic guy. Mm-hmm. If that's how you so chose to play, he's the number one player on PFF's board.
Yep. And it's hard not to like the tricks that he pulled off at the combine. If you haven't seen that, catching multiple balls at once and all that. The kid shows he's got some really good hands. And he's got that lovely long flowing hair. He'll fit right in with TJ Hawkinson. I feel like that's like a tight end marketing group made for the PR team.
And look, they've looked at a couple tight ends. McAllen Castles, is one of my favorite names in the draft, is a guy that they brought in for a top 30 visit. Mm-hmm. That was the reason that I brought up Dallin Holker, just to see where your brain would be.
I'm not against it at all, because that kid's like 6'7", 6'6".
6'6".
Yeah.
You know what?
He's a big kid.
He's never put up the high-level stats, but I mean, look, I want a pass catcher. You want Dallin Holker, I'll settle for Dallin Holker.
Yep.
I mean, with the kind of athlete he is, I do look at me running some 12 personnel with the two of them. Mm-hmm. So I will take him there.
All right. Can't wait for PFF to poo-poo that one.
He was the number one player on the board, so I think it'd be kind of hard for him to do.
That'll be fine.
Okay. I'm gonna pound the table here for my guy.
Okay.
It's J.D. Bertrand. I mean, look, I don't like this Minnesota defense, the way it sits. I feel like I need a guy that can come in, would start as a special teams player, but he's a depth piece, and if you ever needed him to play, you would be fine. And he's just tough as hell. Scheme versatile. He's one of the highest rated players on the board, and I think this is a big problem for Minnesota. Yep. Because, yes, I know you went out and got Blake Cashman. I know you went out and spent the money. You have absolutely nothing behind Ivan Pace and Blake Cashman. Nothing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's me out there playing linebacker. So I want to add that guy, and I feel like he can play any of those positions. So that would be my choice.
Your denigration of Kamu Grugier-Hill is
he's a great
upsetting.
special teamer. That's it. That is all he does.
All right, next up for the Minnesota Vikings in this 7-round mock draft.
I got to add to the offensive line at some point. And now we're just super late because I traded away all my draft picks to get Drake May. Oh, God, the last time they took a center out of The last time they took an NC Stater, it had just really disappointed me.
Yeah, it didn't go well.
I might do it again, though.
What was his name? What was the center's name?
Oh, shit. What was his name? I can see his face.
No, the only name that's coming to mind is Linderbaum, and I know that's not right.
No,
He's the
Linderbaum
one
went
that
to
plays.
Iowa.
Yeah, he's the one that plays for the Ravens.
Linderbaum's the good one.
Yeah, what was this guy's name?
Garrett Bradbury.
Bradbury.
Garrett Bradbury.
He was good for a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, he's been fine, but that's about all I can say about him. I do look at Dylan McMahon, who's a center at coming out of NC State in this class. I think he can play guard. I think he can also he can stick at center if that was what you chose to do. But I think he would be a nice depth interior piece off the jump and could ultimately be a starting center in the league. So I'll take him here at 230.
Okay. And then
230, I feel like I got to take another shot in the secondary. Safety is not great, but Jalen Simpson is still on the board. And I feel like this is too late for him to go. He plays that hybrid like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson role.
Okay.
Because he can play some teams see him as a corner, some teams see him as a safety, and those guys end up being that Brian Branch type role. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a usable piece in Minnesota at 232. Look, he shouldn't be on board at 232. He's thin, but all the Auburn secondary guys, they're all 20 pounds underweight. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm going to go.
I like it.
And that finishes it for Minnesota. You get a quarterback and a bunch of lottery tickets.
But when you spend up the draft capital, it's like spinning that roulette wheel. You got to take your chances.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing. You look at how this draft went for Minnesota. You traded up to get Drake May. You didn't have to give up next year's first-round pick, which for me is the biggest part of this. Because I don't want to screw myself for the future just to go get my quarterback now. Mm-hmm. And I know they love Drake May. So if you're going to make the trade, if you're going to overpay, which they kind of did, but not as badly as it could have been. Mm-hmm. If you're going to overpay, go get your guy. PFF gave me an A+ on Drake May.
There you go.
Chris Sims told me to eat shit. Because according to him, he does. He hates Drake May. C- on Mason Smith, B on DeCameron Richardson, A on Dalen Holker, B- on J.D. Bertrand, C on Dylan McMahon, A- on Jalen Simpson for a total of a B+.
There you go.
If you like these picks, if you hate these picks, if you think I'm a big mulleted dipshit and want to tell me that, feel free. Chuck those in the comments. I'll try to answer as many of those as we can. And we'll be live right here from Detroit, Michigan. Radio Row 2024 NFL Draft coverage starts tomorrow night, 7 Eastern time from the D. Okay.
All right, there we go.
There that is.
Quite good. Quite good. That was a good take.
That was a good old good one. It was still 20 minutes.
Was it?
Which means that
– felt more like 14.
Yeah, which means we're either going to run out of teams or we're going to run out of time.
Well, time is the thing. Because we're supposed to be jumping into the top 30. Rob Johnson, he's here for that. He's like, when are y'all doing the top 30?
Oh. Well, here's the thing. We could kill this stream. You got to, I'm sure, pee or whatever you got to do. Or just keep loudly drinking ice into your microphone. Which,
I will.
So we could kill this one, start the top 30 at, 7:30? Mm-hmm. I got to make a phone call.
Yep.
Frankly, I got to drink some Fireball, which I forgot to put back in the freezer.
Yikes. Now it's going to go bad. Now you're just not. Now you just can't enjoy it.
I'm gonna punch you in the head before this all said and done.
Poor pitiful baby.
All right, so I say we take a 30-minute break.
Okay.
We'll reset the decks. We'll do the top 30s. I'll get the videos we just did posted online. So Tank, that was my nice way of asking if you'll set up the next stream.
Yeah.
Take like a 35-minute break, and we'll reconvene about 7:30 Eastern time.
Cool. We'll see you then. Live from the D. Thanks to Ingles Markets. Low prices. Love the savings.